you type like this, www.python.org. Okay, when you type like this, right, you are getting this folder, and this web page will be opened. Okay, here you go to downloads. So if you want to see the full list of downloads, like earlier versions, 3.6 version, 2.7 version, like that, so all versions, full list of downloads are here. Okay, when you click this, but here we have the latest version for Windows, that is Python 3.8.3, that I am going to click. For Windows I am using, because mine is Windows. If you have Mac OS, then you can go with Mac OS. Other platforms you can choose that one. Because mine is Windows, I am showing it here. The same procedure you will follow. Okay, it's downloaded. Yeah, see, in the downloads it is there. Now you double click on this. Okay, see here, it is showing that select install now to install Python with default settings, or choose customize to enable or disable features. No need. With default settings we are installing the Python. Okay, includes, in this installation process, what will be included? Idle, pip, and documentation. What is idle? Okay, so here only, in the idle only, we are going to execute. Okay, when you install the Python software, right, so you will see two things in the this one. No, when you click on the start button, right, in that you can see two things. One is Python 3.6 Python command line window, and the next one is idle. Okay, so idle means what? Integrated development environment, a graphical user interface window. Okay, so where you are going to type the programs. Got it? That one. And the next one is Python 3.8. Also you can see that is a command line window, which will display a black screen, but this idle will display it in a white screen. Okay, and pip is a command which is included into the Python by default, and which is used if you want to install the packages. So many predefined packages are there, right, in Python, like NumPy. Okay, generally Python supports a single dimensional array, right, but if you want to work with multi-dimensional arrays, you need NumPy, numerical Python package. Okay, so to install this NumPy and to install pandas, so data analytics purpose you are going to use the pandas. Okay, and you can install matplotlib. These three are the important things we are going to cover in our syllabus that I have mentioned in the syllabus copy, right? So matplotlib is especially used for graphics, 2D graphics, like, so mainly it is used for drawing the graphs. Okay, like bar charts, pie charts, like that. No, you are going to use, I said, in the cricket score also you can see, and sunsets. Okay, it will be going on fluctuating, right? So that type of things, graphical mode. Okay, in a graphics format, if you want to design anything, then you are going to use the matplotlib. Okay, these are all the different packages available, but so many packages are there in our next sessions, right? We'll cover all the packages in our syllabus, right? So to install this NumPy, pandas, and matplotlib, you are going to use this pip command. Okay, so pip means Python packages. Okay, so pip is a command which is used for installing what, the predefined packages which are provided by the scientists, which are already available. Got it clear or not? So this pip program comes with Python software only by default. Okay, understood? Got it clear? So Python installation of packages, that is the word known as pip, P-I-P, Python installation of packages. Okay, so pip, and you are using what, whichever the package you want to install, right? You use install numpy, pip install xlrd, pip install pandas, pip install matplotlib. Like that you will type, okay, in the prompt. So what happens when you use this pip command means it will search us in the internet. Okay. So what pip will do? It will go to the internet, okay, and it will search us in the internet and installs the latest version of this particular package in our system. Got it clear or not? Understood? That is the usage of pip. Got it clear? Yes, any doubt here? Next. Here you need to install now. For that you select install launcher for all users and add Python 3.8 to path. Generally in Java we need to set the path, but here you can select it. Okay, by default the path will be added, the path Python path will be added in the environment variables. And finally after installation process you can go to environment variables and you can check whether the path is set or not. Okay, that also I will show it to you. Add Python 3.8 to path and select this install now option. It is going to install. You just follow the instructions what it is going to ask. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes. It is installing. Once it is done, once setup gets completed, then what you have to do, so once the Python is installed in our system, so if you go to the start menu and if you see there in the P option, four things will be installed. The four things will be available in the list. One is idle integrated development environment for GUI related, and next one is Python 3.8, okay, which is a command prompt, okay, and the next one is modules, manuals, okay, and documents. These four will be available. See, the setup was successful. So this is what, if you want to go with online tutorial and documentation, you can click this, otherwise just close it. Done. Okay, so go to the C drive. See here Python is installed. Got it clear? Now what you have to do, I said na, you go to the start menu, you go to what, P, okay. See, just now I added, right? Just now I have shown you, right? Idle is there, Python 3.8 manuals are there, Python 3.8 modules are there, okay, documentation, and this is command prompt. I said na, command prompt. Here also you can type Python programs. In the idle also you can type Python programs. Understood or not? Yes, these are the four options. You can get it in the start menu. When you click start menu, right? So these are the four things you will see. Okay, if at all, if this is not visible here, no need. You can go to P option. there also you can say recently added things are appearing here. Otherwise, if it is not appearing here in your system, you go and check in P option. Okay, alphabetical order, all the softwares will be displayed here now. When you go to here, it is displayed like this: new Python 3.8. When you click this one here, idle Python 3.8, manuals, module documents. Okay, all the four things are appearing here. Got it clear? Understood? This is how you will install the Python. Next one is, so here we have this one, right? Python idle, right? You click on this Python idle. Okay, this is what the Python idle. Okay, triple greater than symbol. Here only you will type everything. Okay, whatever you want, that you can type it here. The programs you can type it here. Python shell. Okay, Python shell scripting. We can call this as a idle. Okay, so if you want to quit this, here it is appearing. Na? 1 second, you close. Reopen. Okay, so now if you want to quit from this, I'll explain next how to write the programs here, how to execute it, everything I'll show it to you next. First of all, I'm telling you, install everything, set up everything. Once our setup is done, then we'll go for the next thing. Okay, so this is a Python idle. You can right click on this on the taskbar. Pin to taskbar. Python is pinned to taskbar, so that whenever you want, immediately you can go there on the taskbar and click on that one. The Python idle will be opened. Now if you want to quit from this, right, just simply type quit parenthesis and press enter key. It will ask, your program is still running, do you want to kill it? Yes, click on OK option. That's it. Okay, now it is there, it is pinned to the taskbar, right? So whenever you want, then you can just directly click on that on the taskbar, that idle will be opened. Okay, which is very flexible for us. Next, again go to the start menu. Idle we have a pin to the taskbar, right? Modules and manuals, next we'll see it. Now here command prompt is there na? Python 3.8 command prompt. You go to the Python 3.8 command prompt. Okay, here also the same thing. Here also the same thing. So what this, you have to pin it to the taskbar, right? Here also you can type the programs. Okay, in the command prompt also. So right click, pin it to taskbar. Okay, and here also you can type program, you can execute it. If you want to quit from this, okay, you type quit option, okay, like this, and press enter key, that will be closed. This is how, these are the two places you can type the programs. Okay, so one is idle and the another one is what? Command prompt. So idle is appearing in white color and white screen, then this one is appearing in command prompt is appearing in black screen. Okay, So, okay, we have two icons added to our taskbar, pinned to our taskbar. One is idle and another one is command prompt. Done. Now, Python programs, we can easily click there. We can click any of these icons, okay, to open those windows. Then once you click on that, the window will be open and there you can type the Python programs and execute it. Got it clear? Yes, everything clear up to now. We have downloaded the software from python.org. Okay, download, install it, and when you are installing, add at the time of installing now option, right? Selecting that install now option, add path to Windows. That one also you select it. Okay, because it only automatically adds this Python path to the environment variables. Okay, then you just follow all the steps, sequential steps. Okay, then Python will be installed. Once it is installed, right, you go and search in the start menu, right? There four things will be appearing. One is idle, another one is command prompt, okay, and the next one is modules, and the next one is manuals. Okay, and I have shown you how to open idle and pin it to taskbar. Command prompt also I pin it to taskbar. These two are the places where you can type the programs. Okay, next, verifying the path to Python. Okay, so during the installation process of Python, right, we automatically set the Python path. We have selected there in the starting itself. That's why the path is automatically set to Python. Now we have to verify, so in the operating systems environment variable, whether path for the Python is set or not. Okay, for that what we are going to do is go here, right click on this PC, and here go to properties, advanced system settings. Here so many options are there in the system properties dialog box, but here we need to select advanced. Okay, here you go with environment variables. Here we have two variables, user variables and system variables. Okay, user variables and system variables. Now you will get one doubt. So what is the difference between user variables and system variables, Bindu? Simple. Compulsory, we need to set a path when you install any software into the system. Got it clear or not? Environment variables are nothing but global system variables. Global system variables. Simply saying, I'll tell you. First of all, verify, and then I will explain. In the user variables, you see this path. Path is there now. See here, Python 3.8 you are seeing, right? Yes or no? Now you click on edit, you select it and you click on edit option. See, Python is set here. Python is set here. Got it clear? Earlier I installed Python 3.6, that also added here. But actually this no need, you delete. Because now the latest version is 3.8 that I installed. Got it? Now click on OK option. OK. And click on OK. Done. Got it clear? So path is set. Where you went? So you clicked on this PC. Right click on this PC, properties, then advanced system settings. In the advanced system settings, you clicked on environment variables. Here we have user variables and system variables. Okay, here you click on, yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I know we set it in the user variables. And what about the system variables? Sometimes we need to set in the system variables as well, right? But the path shows the Java one.
Yeah, of course. See, path is here, no? You click on edit option. Simple. Here you can add it. You click on edit option, right? You simply click on edit option.
No, we can add it, but we need it in both the places, or only the user variables are fine.
Generally user variables is enough. See, sometimes the difference between user variables and system variables, I'll explain now. One minute. Say example, you are using the system. Okay, sometimes so many people will log, by default the system related things are set to path here in the system variables. Generally our softwares will be installed when you install Java software or some other softwares, right? You can set it in the user variables. So but the difference between user and system variables is, say example, you are only the person using that particular system. Okay, so by that time it's enough to set the path in user variables. But sometimes you see some 4 people are using that system. Okay, when you are going to use, some software should not be accessible to you.
Okay.
Got it clear or not? Or else if that software should be available to everyone who is logging into that particular system. Got it? Which should be accessible to everyone, not only you, which should be accessible to everyone. By the time you are going to set the path in system variables. See, say example, we have one system. There I'm logging in some shift timings, and you are logging in some other timings, and some other people are also using the same system, and they are all need that software. Got it? So by that time you will set the path in the system variables. But generally speaking, because ours is individual things, right? Laptops, right? So we only using that particular thing. No, that's why. So when you set the path in the user variables, it's enough.
Okay.
Okay, so the same thing you follow here. If you want to set the path in system variables too, no problem. You just select the path and you click on edit option. You here click the edit text option, then you will get it like that. Okay, edit text option, then this will any changes made in this dialog and edit this value as text instead. Okay, fine. So generally speaking, you click on this edit text option, it will be displayed. I'll select this one, edit.
Yeah,
Edit text
No, I
option.
know how to add, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a networking purpose. We are going to define in the system variables. Is that right, Abindo?
Yeah, because it should be available for everyone, no?
Right. So that means basically the software will be installed centralized, and users will be accessing that location.
Exactly.
Okay.
1 second. What I am doing here is, oh shit. Okay, done. Here I am adding dot semicolon. Okay, why I am adding dot semicolon, right? Dot represents anywhere, in any directory you can execute. Okay, from any place in your system you can execute the Python programs. Dot represents the directory. Got it? So root directory. Got it? Fine. This is how you will view the path which is already set to your system. Understood? Now we need to install what? I said no packages. Okay, we have gone through all the environment variables. We installed the Python software. We have seen whether the path is set or not. Okay, we have seen whether the path is set or not. Everything we have seen clearly. Okay, and now what you have to do is installing NumPy. Okay, packages are there. NumPy, you know, right? Python supports just one-dimensional array, single-dimensional arrays. But if you want to create multi-dimensional arrays, we need a special package called a numerical Python package, or simply we can call it as NumPy. Okay, to download and install this package, first of all, we should go to the system command prompt. Okay, and then use the pip command. You know, pip is nothing but Python installation of packages command. There you type pip install NumPy. So pip command actually, no, it comes, pip is nothing but it is a program, nothing but software, which comes with Python software by default. Okay. So whenever this command is given, right, it searches for the latest version of the NumPy package on the internet. Okay. And downloads it and then installs it. Okay. And compulsory, because it has to it will search us in the internet, no? Or when you are installing by using the pip command. Of course, our system should be connected to the internet while using this command, because it will search us in the internet, downloads the latest version of NumPy package or a pandas package or matplotlib package and install it. Okay. For that, go to the command prompt. CD /, you will go to the root directory. Here you type pip space install space numpy. It will take another 1 minute of time to install.
Sorry, Bindu, what's the
Successfully.
command?
Sorry?
What's the
Command pip Python installation of packages pip I'll type it here, pip space install space numpy. Okay, pip space install space numpy. I installed. Okay.
Install numpy, right?
Install numpy, pip install numpy. Then next, I'm going to install pandas. Why pandas? It is used in data analysis, mostly used by data scientists and data analysts. Yes or no? So to install this, right, what you have to do? The same procedure. Pip space install space pandas. Click enter. So many other packages are also there that will go on discussing all the topics in our syllabus. Okay. First of all, I'll show you the basic programs. Okay, basic things and basic programs. We'll type it in the idle and command prompt. Okay, I'll show you how to execute all those and how to recognize the errors. Okay, if you get any errors, how to resolve it. Okay, successfully install pandas. Then again, pip space install xlrd. This is a package that is useful to retrieve data from Microsoft Excel spreadsheets, Excel files. If you want to retrieve data from Microsoft Excel files, right, then you are going to use this package. Click enter. So first we'll type the programs, basic programs. Okay, done. Then next, last one, pip space install matplotlib. Okay, you know, 2D graphics purpose. Okay, to draw the graphs like bar charts, pie charts. Okay, all these things we are going to use this matplotlib. It is very, very important package. Okay, and not only for that, designing electronic circuits. Okay, all those things also you will use this matplotlib. Okay, done. Successfully installed all the 4, right? Matplotlib, NumPy, Pandas, and XLRD. Now exit. Okay, exit command I'm using for from exiting from the command prompt. This is run dialog box, command prompt. Now you go to Python prompt. This is Python prompt. Na? I pin it to the taskbar, right? This is idle. White color is idle. Black color one is Python prompt. You go to Python prompt. Here you type. So to verify whether whatever the 4 packages we install, right, whether those are installed or not, we have to verify. Okay, to whether those softwares or packages are added to our Python software properly or not. Okay, for that what you have to do is go to Python prompt. Okay, and here you type help. Okay, help command you type, and here you type modules. Type modules. Help in the parenthesis, in the single quotes, you type modules. Got it? Then it will displace all modules. Okay, what are the module names or modules currently available in our Python software, right? Everything will be displayed. List of Python modules will be displayed. There you have to see whether the installed packages are there or not. We have to check it out.